Welcome back. Today we're going to be taking a look at Gijoe, the deck building game, Raise the Flagg campaign expansion. It basically adds a story element to the deck building game. So we'll have our campaign manual. We've got our rule book. It comes with the USS Flagg ship that you put together. And it can be a little overwhelming at first, but the ship is actually a transport. So just like any of the other vehicles you would take in the normal game, that's all the ship is. It's really just a transport. And it can hold 5 Joes, and it's broken up into 5 different sections. So as we start playing, we'll go through that. It has catapults, deck elevator, control tower, flight deck, and weapons. And you can upgrade the ship as you go through the missions and things like that. There will be spoilers, so anybody that does not want to be spoiled by the campaign should stop watching now. So there will be spoilers in this playthrough. Let me see what else is there to start with. I did go to the website and I saw that there was an errata. So there's a couple of cards where you have to do something different. So there's top secret entries, which come in these envelopes. So there's a number of top secret envelopes. And you can go to Renegade Games website. There looks like there's 4 errors. Entry 5, 7, 37, and 30. So hopefully, I don't know if I will remember that, but we'll try to remember if any of these situations come up that we need to draw a different envelope or a different card. All right, so with that being said, we've got our campaign log that we printed out. We're going to be using Snake Eyes and Shipwreck. We're going to do episode 1. And then we'll see if you guys like the campaign. Give me like a yo-jo in the comments and a like, and we'll decide if we want to keep going with the campaign or just have it be a one-shot. Okay, let me think. Any other rules? I think that's it to get started. I'm going to be playing solo, two-handed. We got Shipwreck, we got Snake Eyes. I'll go over those guys in a minute. So then what you do is you go to the campaign manual and you read the mission briefing. So let's see. This is episode 1. Party Crashers. Gijoe just got an upgrade, a 1,000-foot upgrade made of 100,000 tons of American steel. And you're all about to get very familiar with her. The USS Flagg, named after ex-Joe General Lawrence J. Flagg, God rest his soul, and helmed by Admiral Keelhaul, this state-of-the-art aircraft carrier is preparing for its maiden voyage. While the brass expects blue skies and clear sailing, I'm not so optimistic. Sure, we haven't heard a peep from Cobra in over a year, but something about that makes my gut feel even worse. I want everyone on their guard. We need to be ready for anything those Vipers might throw our way. Then we've got special setup. So open envelope 1, retrieve the 12-story mission card. So what you would do is you'd go, you get envelope 1, you'd open it up, you take the missions out. I already took them out and separated them. There's multiple envelopes. So most of the cards in the game are in those envelopes. There's a couple that we added to the deck. The story mission deck is separated into 3 acts. Each act consists of 2 randomly drawn story missions and 1 finale card with a gold border. So just like in the core set, you set that up the same way, except it's 2 cards instead of 3, which I prefer. So now we got a story mission deck of 9 face-up cards with the first act mission on top. And then we have cleanup. After every episode in the campaign, there will be a debrief where you will evaluate the success of your mission and write several notes in your campaign log. Do not put away any game materials until after debriefing. And then lastly, there's catastrophic failure. If you lose the Cobra before the end of Act 2, check the next catastrophic failure box on your campaign log. You will need to play this episode again with a bonus given. Remember that a third catastrophic failure across the entire campaign means the campaign ends in a failure. And then at the bottom of the campaign book, it has stop where you don't want to read any further. Like that on every page. The next page is the debrief. So we will read that after the mission. All right, so we are starting episode 1, Party Crashers. We've got our notes on the side. We've got our starter decks. Let's take a look at our Joes real quick to start with, our leaders. So we are going to have Snake Eyes. And let's see, Shipwreck. And Shipwreck comes with Polly. Right, so Snake Eyes, he has 2 stealth. If Snake Eyes defeats a side mission, target player draws 1 card. And then we can promote him with 6 resources. And then Shipwreck has Tracker. He starts with Polly in your deck. If the mission succeeds, draw 1 card. If the mission fails, draw 1 complication. So we want to be a little careful with Shipwreck. And then we've also got Polly. Polly is a pet leader. He has the mission symbol, so we can use his ability when you're on missions. This mission includes Shipwreck. Double 1 Shipwreck printed skill. It does not retrieve a drow from your discard pile and add it to this mission. And when you pull your pet, it stays in play until you use this ability. So that's one of the different things. All right, so we'll shuffle these guys into their appropriate decks. And then I think we can get started. So the first mission we have is protect the USS Flagg. Guess the celebration is over before it has even begun. It's all hands on deck as Cobra crashes the party. Add 1 Cobra battalion to the lineup, draw 1 complication. So this is not active yet. It will be the first round. The mission is not going to be active, but that's what we have coming through. These 3 successes, it has any 1 skill. But right now we're still doing setup. We've got everything shuffled. We're going to go ahead and pull our first set of cards for recruiting. We got Stalker, General Hawk, Recovery Signal, Gas Grenade, Cover Girl. These are a lot of high cards. And Lift Ticket. And you can always purchase a Service Rifle. Service Rifle will give you 2 recruitment points. So each card has its cost at the top, followed by the number of recruitment points you can get on the bottom. And as in any deck building game, you're trying to build your deck first, get stronger so you can complete the missions. Okay, so this turn sequence, we have the start phase, which is the first turn, so nothing's going to happen. We basically will just recruit. Normally you do the mission first and then recruit, but the first turn, you just recruit first. So we'll see what cards we get in our opening hand. So we'll start with Shipwreck's deck. You draw 5 cards. And we'll see what he has picked up. Joe, Polly, Joe, Joe, and a diffuse. So right now we've only got 3 points of recruitment if we want to recruit anything. And we've got Polly, which can be used on a mission. And then we'll probably put the defuse to the side. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll spend our 3 resources. We are going to reserve our defuse. 3 resources in our discard. Polly is a pet, and that's the new rule, so she'll stay active until we use this. So Polly just stays out there until it is used. And for 3 points, we can buy a recovery signal. Each player returns one of their Joes on this mission to their hand. That could be good. Or we can buy a lift ticket. Or we can buy a gas grenade and lift ticket. Lift ticket has vehicles. Let's see. Defeat 1 Cobra Trooper. That's not going to come up too often. But recovery signal might be decent. It'll give us 2 recruiting. We definitely want more recruiting points. So let's spend our 3 on recovery signal. So we're going to add this on top of our deck. This is each player returns one of their Joes on this mission to their hand. And in this game, when you recruit or you're deck building, this card goes on top of the deck. So you know that you're going to pull it the next turn. Let me just text something here real quick. Let me see if that's... I think that might be a little better. Just trying to see if I can reduce a little bit of the glare that I'm seeing. Okay. All right, so that is Shipwreck's turn, player 1, and then we repopulate the lane with distraction. All right, so then we're going to go to Snake Eyes' turn, who is going to recruit. So we draw 5 cards from him. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, so Snake Eyes has got a couple of GIs. Not great. Oh, I forgot. 1 second. Before we go to Snake Eyes, Shipwreck has to draw up his hand. So he draws 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he gets his card that he put in reserve. So that will be Shipwreck's hand for the next turn. All right. Now back to Snake Eyes. 2 points. Just 2 GIs, defuse, comms, and a reroll. Well, that means, let's see, if I put one of the GIs in reserve, then next turn he is probably going to pull close to 6, and there's nothing I could buy for 2 points. I could buy the gas grenade. Maybe we'd be able to promote Snake Eyes early. That gas grenade is not too useful though, but that's what we'll do. So Snake Eyes is going to spend 2 resources. That'll go into his discard pile. We're going to go ahead and purchase the gas grenade. It's going to go on top of our deck. We can use it to defeat a Cobra Trooper we control. We're going to go ahead and put second effort for reroll into reserve. And then we will draw up the rest of his hand. So he gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that will be Snake Eyes' hand for next turn. All right. Now we're at the end of the round. That's the very first turn. So we are going to move on the threat meter. Since this is the starting round, we just move this up 1 to the green. Story mission effect, card effects, threat meter. So none of those are applied to the first section of the mission. And this is basically the turn order. So no penalties. And then we get to the start of the round. We move that up 1 on the threat meter. We lose if this gets all the way to the top. We lose if we are not able to defeat the last story mission. So if we get through this pile, last story mission, we don't complete, we'll lose. Or if our deck with recruits runs out, which is pretty big. So it's a little unlikely that the deck is over here slightly off camera. over there. Those are the 3 ways we lose. All right, and then we refilled the recruiting lane with smart missile. Okay, so now it is the start of the round. So the mission is going to become active. So now this mission is in play. We know we have to protect the USS Flagg. It's going to get 3 complications. 1, 2, and 3. We don't look at these until we go on the mission. And we know that we need add 1 Cobra battalion to the lineup and draw 1 complication. All right, so we're going to add a Cobra battalion to the lineup. So the Cobra battalion is going over there. We're going to draw 1 more complication. We need 3 to defeat this now that it's active. So we'll take this off. It's any 1 skill. This is the active mission, and we know that the next mission coming up is going to be a sub attack. But for now, we just have this one to deal with. All right, so let's draw the complication that goes along with this mission. All right, so we've got company. Add 1 Cobra battalion to the leftmost uncovered card in the lineup. Immediately draw and resolve another complication. That is horrible. All right. We are going to add another Cobra battalion. Let me show those real quick. So this is the Cobra battalion. It needs 2 hits to defeat it. You can use any skill. Players cannot interact with covered cards. All right, so we have to draw another complication. So we're drawing level 1 complications because we're in Act 1. This card is going to go and cover up the lane. The next complication we get is Don't Tell Me the Odds. Story mission, reroll 1 hit. All right, so when we decide to go on a story mission, somebody will have to reroll 1 hit. So we'll just put this up here as a reminder to never tell me the odds. And we will go to shipwreck. All right, so let's see, what are we going to do? Okay, so we know we need 3 successes. We got 3 complications. It can be any skill. If a success, threat goes down by 1 and we get to draw a card. If it's a failure, threat goes up by 1 and everybody gets a Cobra Trooper. So I don't know if we want to stay on this mission super long because of how bad it can be. All right, so we got tracker for 2, 3, 4. We'd only have 4 with 3 complications. That's not great. And I can recruit for 2, 3, 4, 5. And if I had 1 more recruit, we could purchase distraction. Smart missile might be good. Let's see if Snake Eyes helped us. He could contribute. Right now, the only vehicle we have is the Vamp. And nothing up here has tracker. All right, so yeah, the only vehicle we can take right now is our basic Vamp. It holds 4 Joes. And after the mission, return to the hangar. This always stays in the hangar. When we get a new vehicle, though, it'll go on the flag. And there's some new rules around going on the flag. So I don't think we're going to do the main mission. I think we're going to go after one of these Cobra battalions. It kind of sucks that we can't make the side mission go down, but we don't want these battalions to get too high. So we're going to take the Vamp. Let's see. Do we send all of them? I think we do. Or do we just send 3 and need 2 hits with a reroll? All right. For the first mission, let's send Shipwreck in the Vamp. If the mission includes Shipwreck, double 1 of Shipwreck's printed skills. If it does not, retrieve a drill from your discard pile and add it to the mission. Okay, so Shipwreck is going. So if I need to, I can double this to 4, which I think we are going to do. All right, so we're going to go after the first Cobra Battalion. So that means we are going to get 3 dice. This Joe will stay behind for now because we can use our recovery signal to get him back. All right, so let's go up here. Let's get our 3 dice. We get 2 dice because Shipwreck has a tracker skill of 2 and 1 dice for the GI. So we're rolling 3 dice. Try to get 2 hits. 2 hits, that is a success. So the Cobra Battalion is defeated. Shipwreck and the GI have gone, so we're not going to use Poly's skill yet. But our Vamp will go back to the hangar, but we're going to go on another mission. So we're going to pop that recovery signal and return one of the Joes on the mission to their hand. So we'll get Shipwreck back. Shipwreck's going to go again with the other Joe. And they're going to take on the other Cobra Battalion. So we're going to roll 3 dice. And we'll see if we can defeat that other Cobra Battalion. 3 successes. All right, fantastic. So Shipwreck takes that battalion out. Another success. Everybody has activated. Again, Polly, we didn't use her rule. Normally we could use defuse to make the mission go down by 1, but it can't go back to the beginning space. So that's gone. So we got 2, 3, 4, 5 recruit. We're going to put second effort in reserve. And we'll spend our 5 recruit. I think we're going to spend that on lift ticket. Or do we want to buy smart missiles? Smart missiles are pretty good. Kind of early for that, but we'll spend 3 on smart missiles. That goes on top of our deck. Let's see if we get anything for 2. We did. Let's go ahead and spend another 2 on barbecue. Goes on top of our deck. Okay, that is it for Shipwreck. And then we'll come over here to Snake Eyes. And let's see, this goes back to the hangar. So Snake Eyes, we are looking at 4 recruitment points, gas grenades, starter. So let's see, reroll 1 die. Oh, that's right, I forgot to draw Shipwreck's cards. Let me do that. 2, 3, 4. Shipwreck has to shuffle this deck. 5. All right, so real quick, Shipwreck will get these cards. All right, now Snake Eyes. 2, 3, 4. So he can recruit for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's no missions out. I don't think we're going to go for this main mission yet. But since he has 6 recruit, I think we're going to promote Snake Eyes. And that's going to be our turn. So we're going to put this second effort in reserve. We're going to promote Snake Eyes for 6. So Snake Eyes, 2 stealth. He's going to change to have 3 stealth and 3 martial arts. And if he defeats a side mission, get 2 cards. So an early promotion for Snake Eyes. Hopefully that helps us out. This will go into his discard, and then he will draw his next card. We'll do a shuffle. And he'll get 2, 3, 4, 5, and this. And his next hand will be like so. Okay. All right. Then we check the story mission for any effects. So that's the end of round. There are no effects. Then we're going to move the threat meter, or we're going to check the threat meter. So it says go up by 1. And then we always move it up by 1. And then we're back to shipwreck. Let's see. He's got Snake Eyes is active over here. And if we lose, this only goes up by 1. I'm kind of wondering, do we just take that risk? There's nothing to attack. We could recruit for 2, 3, 4, 5. If I had one more recruit, I could get him. There's nothing for 5. We've got 3 in vehicles. Yeah. I don't have anything in the discard to use the smart missile on. Sorry about that. So this is the hand we're dealing with right now. Could use roadblock to get rid of a card in the lane. I don't think we want to do that. Let me see here. We need 3 of any skill. So if we go after the mission, we could do 3 for vehicles. Does Snake Eyes have any vehicles? Nope. Stealth, martial arts. No, we kind of should buy lift ticket maybe. Lift ticket and ripcord are good. 2, 3, 4. I've got 3. We could put barbecue in reserve, get lift ticket, and then next turn have them take it on with the vehicles. I think that's what we're going to do. Yep, let's do that. So we're going to put lift ticket in a reserve. So we're going to lose his 2, or not lift ticket, barbecue in reserve. That's going to leave us with 1, 2, 3 recruitment points. We're going to recruit lift ticket. He's going to go on the top. So we know we're going to have some vehicles coming out. They're not going on any mission. All right. Then we're going to draw up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So we've got shipwrecks cards for next round. So we got 6 points worth of vehicles. We should be able to do it with the help of Snake Eyes. And then we're going to pop over to Snake Eyes. He's got GI, Snake Eyes, fuse, gas grenade, another GI. So I think Snake Eyes is going to go after the mission. So we don't want to wait too long. We're going to take the vamp. We could take the flag. We take the flag, we can send 5 people. So I think we'll take the flag and send 5. So Snake Eyes will send his 3. They're going to go on the flag, and lift ticket and barbecue are going to go. So that's going to give us a total of, we're going to use vehicles. So we're going to get 6 dice for these guys. And then 7, 8, 9 with the 1 for Snake Eyes. We're going to have 1 reroll. Shipwreck's helping us. So then we'll draw the complication. So there's 3 complications in addition to the original Don't Tell Me the Odds. All right, so we know that we have to re-roll 1 hit. Our second complication is a Rattler attack. At the end of your turn, -1. So this is 2 vehicles. Let's give this to Shipwreck. The Precision Strike. Override security systems. These tech and martial arts. At the end of your turn, increase the threat by 1. Okay, we'll do that. Maybe if we're lucky, Polly can make Snake Eyes come back and try to do that. So Snake Eyes will keep this, followed by his tank attack. 1 explosion or tracker at the end of your turn, increased by 1. So we will give this to Snake Eyes. Is great for these, but I think we have to give this to Shipwreck. So overall, that's not bad. So we get 9 dice. We have a reroll, and we have to reroll a hit. All right, so we only have 8 dice, so we'll get to roll 1 more die. And again, we are trying to defeat this mission. So we need 3, any 1 skill. And let's see if we can protect the flag. 1, 2, 3. We would have got 1 more roll. 4. We did it. We were successful. This mission is complete. Target player draws 1 card as our reward. So we're going to have the threat move down by 1. We're going to have Shipwreck draw a card because he helped us, so he doesn't have as many cards. All right, this was not going to let me get Snake Eyes back, unfortunately. I thought Polly could. This mission includes Shipwreck, double its cost. Otherwise, retrieve a Joe from your discard pile. So he can only get Joes out of his discard pile. All right, so we moved it down 1. Target player draws 1 card. We're going to target Shipwreck, so he will get another card. Defuse, not great. Okay, but good. So we have our failed missions on this side, successful missions on this side. So we'll go ahead and put this under the successes. And lift ticket and barbecue will go to Shipwreck's discard pile. Let's see. The 2 GIs and Snake Eyes have all gone. Oh, I have to re-roll another story mission hit. Okay, so I still got a hit. That was for this complication, so we re-rolled that. That is out of here. We've got 3 that we can use. We got 2, 4, 5, 6. And there's no side mission. We can't do this side mission. So 6 recruitment. We know that the next mission coming up is going to be vehicles and tech. But 6, I don't have enough to get. Tracker, martial arts, marksman, stealth. He does come with 2. Kind of wonder if I should just get stalker. Yep, let's do that. Let's go ahead and spend 6 recruit. Snake Eyes will recruit stalker. And the ram comes out. Now we still have override security systems. It's a side mission. We did not complete this. So at the end of your turn, threat goes up by 1. And then we'll draw Snake Eyes next hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stalker should go top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So next turn, he's going to have a couple of GIs and Stalker. All right, so far, good job. So Snake Eyes is the second player, so now we are at the end of the round. So we need to activate the next story mission. All right. So what do we have? Cobra sub-attack becomes active. The hole is barely crested, and already Cobra is attacking. Too bad for them, it's a perfect resting ground for the tactical sonar capabilities of the Jewel of the Naval Fleet. It gets a complication. Draw one complication at the end of each round. Draw one complication. That's rough. Right, so it starts with one hidden complication because of this red circle. We know it needs vehicles and tech. We know Hold Back Cobra is the last mission for Act 1. And this says draw one complication. At the end of each round, draw one complication. So we will draw another complication. It is going to be underwater entrance. Story mission has +1 difficulty. So this is a 6 to get into the Cobra sub attack. So we want to try to stop that. It's got an extra mission. Right. Back to the base. Now, another addition to this is there are these damage tokens. So we took the flag for our mission. If we failed the mission, we would have put a damage token on here. And then if it has special abilities, it can't use the ability of that section. And I think you can send one less person also, I think. I'll have to double check that. But this slowly can lose abilities if it fills up with damage tokens. And there's some options where you can repair the flag too. But for now, let's keep it moving. So we did the story mission. Card effects. Now we got to do the threat meter. Threat meter, when it's in green, says move up 1 space. And then we always move it up 1 space. All right. And then we're back to shipwreck. Right. So shipwreck. His hand is light because he helped out the Joe. So we basically just have 4 Joes and Polly. All right, so 4 Joes and Polly. So we want to probably go after these rattlers, vehicles, explosive, or tracker. And the only other thing we have is we've got Polly. We can always use Polly. If this mission includes shipwreck, double 1 of shipwreck's printed skills. If it does not, retrieve a Joe from your discard pile and add it to this mission, ignoring the capacity limit. So I think what we can do, the Rattler attack is vehicles. We could use Polly. And we could have Barbecue go. Because Barbecue would add 3 vehicles. And then we can have these 4 go after the Rattler attack. Yeah, these 4 are going to go after the Rattler attack. So we'll put these guys to the side for now. We're doing our precision strike mission. Rattler attack. So we're going to get Barbecue 3 dice, 4, 5. We don't have any rerolls. And I'm kind of tempted to... Yeah, we don't have any rerolls, but we're going to go for it. See if they can take it out. They are taking the vamp. Okay, great. 2, 3, 4. They take out the side mission. So Rattler attack is destroyed. And let's see. 2, 3, 4. We'll decide if we want to retire any of these regular GIs in a second. Then let's do one more mission. These 2 GIs. We're going to hop in the truck. Oh, we're going to play Diffuse for defeating the side mission. Bring threat down by 1. So that's been used. These 2 hop in the vamp. They're going to go after the His Tank attack. So it's just going to be 2 dice. And they need 1 success. All right, we got it. So they also destroyed the His Tank. So these Joes are kicking butt and taking names. All right, our vamp will go back to the hangar. And we need to decide if any of these guys should retire. The GIs have a special ability If you can destroy the card after you do a successful mission, but we're going to say retire 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I feel like I'm stuck on this 6 points. We know the next mission needs marksman and explosives. Nope, I need 7 for that. The ram would be good if we can get that onto the ship. Distraction is good. Nothing else has a lot of recruiting. So I think we're going to spend 3 on Ripcord. We're definitely not going after the mission, the main mission. Polly went, so Polly has to go on my discard pile because she helped us by bringing in barbecue. Shipwreck and Polly. I'm actually going to discard this card since we have the shipwreck. Since we already have shipwreck leader. The Helix. Wow, these are really expensive. So we got 3 more to spend. I guess we'll spend 2 on the ram. Right, and then we've got ambush there for 4. All right, then we'll draw up Shipwreck's deck. So he's got 2 cards. We'll shuffle this up. All right, 1, 2, 3. We didn't put anything in reserve. So he's going to have a GI, recovery signal, ripcord, and a couple more GIs for the next mission. Oh, I only spent 5, so I will have one of those GIs retire. So we'll just say this guy retires. I'll put him to the side. We'll draw 1 more card. And Barbecue is back, ready to go for another mission. All right, then we hop over to Snake Eyes. So right now, Snake Eyes has override security systems, tech, and martial arts. It needs 2. He's got Tracker with martial arts. Stalker is the only Joe on the mission, plus 3 wild skill. I think we're going to send Stalker. Vehicles and tech. We're not ready to do the sub attack. Stalker has 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 recruit. 6 recruits. Stealth, vehicles, and tech. You got stealth there. 2. All right, we are gonna just send everybody after the override security. Sorry about that. This is the deck that we have right now. Pretty basic. Could get rid of a number of Joes if this is successful. So I get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're gonna have Stalker go by himself. He's gonna tackle this side mission. Tech and martial arts. So he'll use martial arts. Since he's by himself, he gets 3 dice. Plus 3 wild. So we'll roll 6 dice. We need 2 successes. And then if he can't make it, we got 4 more Joes who can try to go again. All right, so let's see if Stalker can override the security systems on his own. 2. 1, 2, 3. We got it. Complication is defeated. Stalker has gone. This needs 5 successes. At the end of each round, draw 1 complication. That could be bad. Vehicles and tech. Vehicles. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I could have the other 4 Joes go and just try to do it with the 1 complication. I think we can deal with 1 more complication. Complication deck is getting thin. Yeah, because this turn we cleared out all the side missions. I think we can deal with 1 more complication. So he went by himself. So we've got 2 recruit, 3, 4, 5, 6 recruiting. I think we'll go with distraction for 3. That's usually pretty good for missions. This guy is stealth. I don't see stealth coming up yet. Yep, we'll do distractions for 3. That'll go on top. A grenade. So we got 3 more. We could buy a service rifle for 2. Yeah, maybe we need to take a service rifle. because I need points to buy stuff. Okay. All right, and that's go it. And then we'll do Snake Eyes. And Heel's gonna get 1, 2, 3. And then 2 more after I shuffle his deck. One and 2. This is a kind of a crap hand. 2, 4, 6, 7. So he has a lot of recruiting next turn, but not many Joes. All right, so that's going to be the end of the round. Story mission: draw 1 complication. Complication is surprise attack. Threat increases by 1. Great. All right, so we're in the yellow now. Card effects, then the threat meter. Threat meter in the yellow means a Cobra battalion comes out. And then the threat meter goes up by 1. And then we are back to shipwreck. So I think we go after the mission, vehicles and tech. I don't have any vehicle guys. I got 2 wilds. I can return a Joe. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dice. Horrible. 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 7 recruiting. Explosives and tech. Oh, it's too bad I can't put this on the side, but we could get Cover Girl for the next turn and do 1 more round. Is that what we do? He doesn't have a lot that can help. He does have distraction, which is change all 1 dice result to 2. So that would be good if Snake Eyes goes, but it's not very helpful otherwise. I think we're going to try to go. Oh, and let me just look at these cards real quick. Two, 3, 4, 5, 7 recruiting. I debated putting him in. If I put him in reserve, then I can't get Cover Girl. And Cover Girl would be great for this mission. We just would have to last 1 more turn. And then next round, go for it and try to wrap up Act 1. And then that's probably where we'll stop the playthrough there and pick it up next time. I think 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm a little worried that that threat is getting kind of high. But nothing's stopping us from taking out the Cobra Battalion. We could do that. And if Ripcord defeats a side mission, make the threat go down by 1. Yeah, so we'll send these 4 guys. They'll take the vamp, and they're going to go after the Cobra Battalion. So we are going to get 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dice. We need 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They get it. Cobra Battalion is defeated. Ripcord will lower the threat for us down to the beginning of the yellow. Back to the hangar. We're going to keep everybody because we need the recruiting. So we're going to do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 recruiting. And we're going to recruit Cover Girl. She has 4 explosive, 4 tech. We'll put her on top of our deck. All right. And then let's see what comes out. It is night vision binoculars. We'll draw our 5 for shipwreck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's going to have Joe's, lift ticket, Joe's, and Cover Girl. That's 4. That's 7. That's not bad. Okay, so he's got 7 dice. We need 6 to beat it. We could take the carrier, but then if we fail, it's going to get damaged. I wish I had some rerolls. Don't have any rerolls. It's a straight up shot. Do we go for it? And we basically be giving up his turn. Log sub sunk. All right. I feel like if we just had one more vehicle card, but there's no vehicle cards in the lane. Gas grenade's not going to do anything. We could do comms afterwards and let him pick up another card because he's going to have 3 or fewer cards. I just don't like the idea of no rerolls. But change all 1 dice results to 2. That's pretty good. So if we go, we get 3. There is a leader on the mission, so we'd be able to draw a card. 3, 4, that's 7 dice. Snake eyes, 8 dice. I think we go for it. I think we go for the mission. So we would need 6. There's a complication. And I think we just take the vamp. All right, so let's see what the complication is. All right, so first, let's go to our mission. So we're going to be taking the vamp. Snake Eyes is going to lead the mission. We need vehicles and tech. He doesn't have either, so he'll just give 1 die. And then Shipwreck's team is going to be the heavy hitters. Lift ticket. Cover girl with explosives. Oh, wait, cover girl. No, cover girl can't do that. This is vehicles and tech. Yeah, I'm thinking about her for the next mission. Vehicles and tech. Nope, we don't want to do that. That's not going to be enough. That's not going to be enough. Yep. Yeah, vehicle. So we would get 3 dice. He gets to draw a card. We would leave cover girl. And we'd get 6 dice. I gotta decide, is it worth it? If we fail this mission, the threat goes up by 2. Which is bad, but is it worth it to kind of get through it? We basically have to roll 3 1s. And then we can use distraction. So if we get 3, 4, 5, 6, there is a leader on the mission, draw 1 card. There is. It's risky. It's definitely risky. But I think maybe we still do it. 3, 4, 5, 6 dice. It's a 50-50 chance to get 3 successes. Or do we wait 1 more turn? Am I going to pull any more vehicles and tech? I don't have any more vehicles. I know for sure. Do I have any more tech? And I think barbecue is in the... Yeah, he's in the discard pile. So I think we go for it. And if we lose, we lose. So it's just going to be these 4. So it's just going to be lift ticket 3, 4, 5, 6. And wait, lift ticket gets to draw a card because there's a leader. So let me just make sure there's nothing we want to take instead. Oh, okay. We got a smart missile. But it's not his turn, so I'm not sure he can use this yet. Right? Because it doesn't have the M symbol. Or can he use it? Man, I don't know. I don't think he can use it. I think it's only cards that say M. if you're helping. And I know the rule book is not that great. I don't know if I can. I don't know that I can find that if I try. But if you know, throw something in the comments. I'm gonna assume he can't, so we'll play it the hard way. All right. So we are gonna go ahead and reveal the complication. We know this is a 6 because it's underwater. Oh no! Story mission: discard one Joe from the mission. Yep. So now it's 5 dice. Even better. Everybody likes a challenge. So that's it. It's going to be Snake Eyes, lift ticket, and the vamp with one Joe, 5 dice. Can they get a distraction? Let's see what we get. We need 6. 1, 2, mission. We are going to play distraction. Change all single die hits to 2 die hits. And we got 1, 2. So that'll become a 2. That'll become a 2. 2, 4, 6. We nailed it exactly. All right. So we got Cobra sub attack. The Joes are successful for the second part of the mission. Each player draws 1 card. All right. So Snake Eyes will get a card. You got Diffuse. Snake Eyes got Diffuse. Shipwreck got the Ram. And then Shipwreck's guys go to his discard pile. Shipwreck is going to let this guy retire. Thank you for your service. And sub sunk. Okay, so then we have our log. And it says note sub sunk. Sub sunk. Okay, so we will do story notes and we'll write subs sunk. And maybe that comes into play later. This is going to go under our success. We got 2 successful missions. And then back to the hangar with the vamp. Snake Eyes is here. Let's see how much recruiting we have. We've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Marksman and martial arts. I think we will recruit Helix. Helix will go on the top of Snake Eyes deck. Reinforcements will come out. All right, good job, Snake Eyes. He'll draw his next 5. 3, 4, 5. So he is going to have Helix, second effort, some GIs, and Stalker. And then that is going to be the end of the round. So the next story mission is going to become active. Hold back Cobra. The USS Flagg is under siege by Cobra's elite squadrons. If the Joes can hold back the storm, there may still be time to celebrate. Okay, so this is our first campaign log entry. So if we use aircraft, we get a bonus. We haven't pulled that many vehicles. There's going to be 1 complication that's hidden. Read 24. Success, read 23. Failure, read 0. So this is the last mission for Act 1. We know for Act 2, we're going to have They're Trying to Lose Us, which is Tracker and Recon. So let's get the campaign log and see what 23 entry is. All right. Then you go to the, is this the campaign log? Yep. You go to the Raise the Flagg campaign manual. We are looking for folder 24. So in the back of the book, there's all these different folders. We'll try not to read anything else. 24 is a storm cloud above the waterfront. All right, let's see if I can. Is that going to be too hard to read? Probably a little too hard to read. Okay, so that's what we're reading. Folder number 24. Dark cloud hovers above the ocean, quickly rolling in towards shore on a direct course with the USS Flagg and blotting out the sun. Suddenly, a metal monstrosity bursts from the clouds. The Cobra trawler helicarrier, a flying aircraft carrier equipped with the most devastating arsenal of modern weaponry imaginable. With it, a squadron of Cobra fighters descends from the skies to take deadly aim. On the open ocean, the USS Flagg is a sitting duck. Open envelope 6. Retrieve the Defeat the Air Fortress story mission. Replace Hold Back Cobra with Defeat the Air Fortress and return to the game. Okay. So give me a second. So it sounds like we are going to find envelope 6. Hey, envelope 6. All right, so we've got our top secret envelope 6 here. And then we're going to open that and replace the mission. We're going to find the mission. So the envelope has multiple things in it, but we're only going to take this mission card out. Defeat the Air Fortress, okay? We'll put all this other stuff back in the envelope, the secret juicy details for later. This goes back in the box. So we're replacing this. So we're going to replace the last mission card with this Defeat the Air Fortress card. All right. Okay, so we are going to replace that. We'll put that up there. And now let's see what our mission is. Oh boy, 14. The trawler helicarrier is Cobra's answer to the military might of the USS Flagg. With 100,000 tons of flying steel and high-tech weaponry, the Joes aren't simply outclassed. They aren't even in the same league. Still one complication, so we'll keep that. Place the token 2 spaces above the threat marker. If the threat marker reaches the token, this mission immediately fails. Success read 23, failure read 0. It needs 14 with marksman and explosives. All right, so we will go into the box. Let me get the explosion thing. It feels like this is meant to be failed. All right, so right now our threat marker for the final mission of Act 1, we're right here. So we're going to put this 2 above it. So if it gets there, we lose. So basically we have 2 turns to beat a 14. That's asking a lot. All right, so that's the story mission. Card effects, we are good. The threat meter is on yellow, so we're going to do a Cobra battalion. And then it always moves up 1. So we actually have 1 turn, unless we beat a side mission and we have a defuse, and I don't see a defuse. All right. Okay, that's the mission, 14. Let's go take a look at Shipwreck's hand. All right, so he has the Ram, a smart missile, which target player puts 1 card from their discard pile into their hand. That might come in handy. We got the Ram, so we have a new vehicle. When you get a vehicle, instead of going to the hangar, it goes to the flag. So we'll put the Ram on the flag. If we use the Ram, if we take the flag, we get all abilities from any vehicle that are on there if it applies to the type of attack. And then after the mission, instead of going into the discard, this will go to the hangar. And then after we use it from the hangar, then it'll go to the discard. And when it comes out, you can use it again. So ideally, you want to just use the flag in general, and then you can keep using the abilities over and over again. Okay. So back to his hand. So we got that. So let's see. In the discard pile, let's see, does he have a diffuse? Is there a diffuse in the discard pile? There is not. There is no diffuse in the discard pile for shipwreck. So I think we are just going to recruit for 5. Reinforcements, you may gain 2. Recruit. If you do, put the next card you recruit this turn into a teammate's hand. Night vision goggles, reroll up to 1 die. Muskrat might be good. Explosives and tech. The new mission needs marksman and explosives. I could put Cover Girl in reserve. I could use smart missiles on Snake Eyes to get a defuse out. Use defuse on this to try to make the mission go down by 1. That'll give us more time. Let's do that. Let's do that. Okay. We're going to put Cover Girl. She's going to go in reserve for Shipwreck. And Shipwreck is going to use smart missiles on Snake Eyes and let him put 1 card from their discard pile into their hand. And Snake Eyes is going to take Diffuse. Yeah, he's going to take Diffuse and put that in his hand. And we're doing that so that he can go after the battalion and make the meter go down by 1. And then we've got 2 recruit. So we'll go ahead and recruit Muskrat. Muskrat has 3 stealth. Roll 5 dice for each 2 rolled, plus 1 hit to the mission. So sometimes that comes in handy. He'll go on top of the deck. And we'll draw Shipwreck's hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looking for explosives and marksman. Let's see who comes out. It is Scuba Gear. All right, so he's going to have Muskrat, Shipwreck. Shipwreck has Tracker, Diffuse, and Cover Girl. Not great. 3, 4, just 4 recruit. Can't get Shipwreck promoted. Not great. All right, let's go back over to Snake Eyes. We've got Diffuse, Helix, Second Effort, GIs, and Stalker. And we are going to have Stalker go solo. And he is going to take on the Cobra Battalion. If he's going by himself, he'll get 6 dice. 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, that is a success. The Cobra Battalion is defeated. Then we'll go ahead and use Diffuse to lower the threat by 1. And he went by himself. So that means these guys probably aren't going to do anything. Marksman and martial arts. Let's go ahead and we are going to go ahead and put Helix in reserve. And let's see, that means 2, 3, 4. Helix has 3 though. That would be 7. 2, 3, 4. We are not going to put Helix in reserve because we want the 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we'll spend our 7 recruit. We'll put Second Effort in reserve for a reroll. And we will recruit Hawk. Hawk to Joe, leader, General Hawk, marksman 4, stealth 3. You're the active player plus 2 wild. That'll go on top of our deck. Okay, and then Color Fire comes out, and we'll draw 5 for Snake Eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he'll get this back. So next turn, he'll have General Hawk, some GIs, and reload. Would be nice if I had a distract. So that's the end of the round. Story mission. Nothing happens. Card effects, nothing. Threat meter moves up 1, and it's in the yellow. So Cobra Battalion comes out. Well, first Cobra Battalion comes out, then it moves up 1. And it's back to us. So can we do 14? Muskrat, Shipwreck, this is not great. I either defeat it this turn. Oh, I do have a diffuse. We could go after that again. Yeah, let's see. All right, so we've got Muskrat, Shipwreck, a diffuse, comms, and Cover Girl. And right now I'm thinking we're gonna have Cover Girl. We could have Muskrat go after it first in the vamp. Or we could have Shipwreck go. With everybody. It's any one skill. 4 explosives. Yeah, we'll have first we're gonna have Muskrat try to do it. So Muskrat's gonna go. He's gonna try to do the Cobra Battalion. We get +1 hit to the mission. So we're gonna roll 5 dice and see if we get any +2s. If he gets 2 +2s, he beats it from his special ability. He gets no +2s. Right, then we're gonna have him use his stealth. He needs 3 dice for stealth, and he needs 2 successes. He gets 2. Cobra Battalion is defeated. All right, so Muskrat has gone. Vamp goes back to the hangar. We are gonna do defuse, bring the threat down by 1. And then we are going to explosives and tech, marksman and explosive. I think now this turn, we're gonna put Cover Girl into reserve. So Cover Girl goes in reserve. We'll draw Shipwreck's deck, so that's 1. That's probably Polly, I think. 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got Polly, Barbecue, GI, Lift Ticket, and a GI. That's vehicles. That's not great. And then come out. This mission includes Shipwreck. Retrieve a drove from your discard pile and add to the mission. Ignoring the capacity limit. Okay, so Polly comes out. That might be helpful. Then we probably have to go for it. Okay. Then we've got Snake Eyes hand. We got second starter. So let's see, if I did this now, I could get 8 dice. I can get 8 dice, 9, 10. I can get 11 dice with no rerolls. I think what we want to do is put Hawk in reserve. What can I buy for 4? Cover fire, defeat 1 ambush. You may flip any player's side mission. Reinforcements, nope. Night vision goggles. Night vision goggles isn't bad. But I almost don't think we should recruit. Grenade is no good. I think we go with the night vision goggles and hope we get something good. Otherwise, we go for it. So 11 dice to get 14. I really want distraction. And like, sorry, I got distracted without the distraction. But this is the deck we're dealing with. So what we're going to do is we're going to put General Hawk in reserve and go one more round and see. All right, so Hawk is going to go on reserve. These are going to go on the discard. Snake Eyes deck is empty, so we have to shuffle all these. And we'll draw 5, add General Hawk, and hope we get... The only way I feel like we can do it is if we get distraction and maybe get lucky. The only downside is Polly gets out of the discard, and there's not going to be anything in anybody's discard. unless we have somebody go after this thing first. So snake eyes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see what we get. All right, it is gonna be 1 second. Let's see. Diffuse, Stalker, Helix, Service Rifle, and Comms. Did not get what we were looking for, but we have a lot of marksmen. 4, 8, 9, 10, 12. We got 12 marksmen. That might be the best we can do. Okay, it's the end of the round. No token, no story mission effect, no card effect. Threat meter. This goes up. Cobra Battalion. And then this goes up 1. And it is Shipwreck's turn. So the question is it better for Shipwreck? Shipwreck does not have diffuse. We could just get rid of the Cobra Battalion. I feel like that's our best chance, is to roll 12 dice. 14 is really hard. There's no diffuse here. All right, so let me do the usual. Cover girl. So right now we're thinking about just doing the mission with explosives and marksmen. So we get 12, 13 dice. We don't have any airplane vehicles to help. We'd have a reroll. He does not have a distraction, so I would opt to not destroy the Cobra Battalion and just get some night vision binoculars. Or 2, 3. I could spend 5 and get the scuba gear and still put Cover Girl in reserve. Then if they go on the mission, we can have the scuba gear, draw 2 cards, and see. Yep, let's do that. Transition. Cover Girl is going to go back in reserve again. Polly stays out because we're not using our skill yet. We're going to spend 2, 3, 4, 5 recruitment points. Purchase the scuba gear. This is going to go on top of Shipwreck's deck. And we got a Sky Striker. Oh, that's good to put on. Oh, this is making me think we should try one more round and we might be able to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get Cover Girl out. So we got Scuba Gear, Smart Missile, Diffuse, Second Effort. Basically all the utility cards in Cover Girl, which is kind of bad. That's not great. That's not great. But she can use that on the mission. I don't think I want to take the helicarrier because of the. So we do have diffuse. So Stalker should go after the Cobra Battalion and do diffuse. All right, so this is Snake Eyes deck right now. Helix, Comms, and Service Rifle. So I think we are going to use our Comms, and we're going to discard this reinforcement card from the lane. So we'll discard that. The shark, that's good. Then I think our next move is to have Stalker solo the Cobra Battalion. This is a side mission, so we can use our Service Rifle. So he'll get 7 die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6 because he's going alone. 1 for the service rifle. He's taking the vamp. And these 2. Wow, all those we barely got 2. But we did, which means we are going to use diffuse to bring the threat down by 1. That's going to allow us to last 1 more round for our final push. Okay. So the vamp's been used. This has been used. Diffuse has been used. Comms have been used. Stalker's gone. So we got 5, 6, 7 recruiting. Oh, but then I'm going to lose these guys. Yeah, you're right. I'm going to lose these guys if I either have to go now. I think we have to go now. Yeah, I think we go now and probably get somebody out of the discard pile. Nobody has explosions though. Yep, let's do it. We will either ride or die. All right, so we are going to attempt the mission. So again, this mission, we need 14. That's tough. Highly unlikely. We are still going to take the vamp. So we are going to get help from Shipwreck. So General Hawk is going to go. Helix is going to go. We need Marksman. So that's 4, 8 dice. Marksman and Explosives. Cover Girl is going to go. That's 12 die for the mission. Then we're going to use Polly's ability from Shipwreck. If this mission includes Shipwreck, double 1 of Shipwreck's printed skills. If it does not, retrieve a Joe from your discard pile and add it to the mission. So retrieve a Joe from the discard pile and add it to the mission. And ignoring the capacity. So we can ignore the capacity. So he's going to add lift ticket, which would just add 1 die. But he'll get to draw 1 card. We'll draw 1 card, which is Shipwreck. Then we are going to use our scuba gear. Target player draws 2 cards. That is going to get discarded from Shipwreck's deck. And we are going to draw 2 cards from Snake Eyes. It is a GI and it is a GI. So that is not what we wanted. But we can send 1 GI because lift ticket ignores the limit. So unfortunately, we took a gamble. We did not get the distraction card that we were looking for. And again, I do have smart missiles, but like I said, I don't think he can use this. This is Shipwrecks because it doesn't have an M on it. We do have a second effort from Shipwreck to roll a die. So we could potentially have 1 reroll. So 4, 8, 12, 13, 14 dice. 14 dice to beat this, defeat the air fortress. We basically need every die to hit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 6 dice. So I roll this, and then we roll 6 more, and we see what we get. That is 2, 3. We got 5. So 5 so far. We get to roll 6 dice. 5 plus whatever we get. Oh, I did not roll 1 die. Hold on. Yep. So 5 plus whatever we get. 3, 4, 5, 6. Starting with 5. 6-7. That is not enough. That is not enough. All right, so first let's do the cleanup. So lift ticket and cover girl go back to shipwreck. All right, these three guys are pending. They have all activated. I have one GI that hasn't activated, but he probably will not. He's in my hand. Failed the mission, so I can't retire any GIs. And let's check out what the mission says. We'll wrap this up. All right, final mission of Act 1. Success. Threat decreases. Read 23. That is not what we got. Instead, we got failure. Read 0. So we are going to go in the book and find 0 entry. All right. Top secret. First bite. In a devastating blow to the G.I. Joes, the enemy has also unveiled a terrible new weapon, the Cobra Trawler Helicarrier. This massive flying behemoth unleashes a hail of gunfire and missiles, which send the soldiers scrambling. But just before all hope is lost, a deafening alarm sound is heard, and the airship retreats once again into the clouds, along with the entire enemy battalion. Was this attack a warning or a test? If this was just a test, then what fiendish plot does Cobra have in store? Place a damage token onto a section of the USS Flagg and move the meter to the next space on the track. When a damage token is placed into a section of the USS Flagg, that section's special ability is ignored. For more rules on damage, see page 6 and 7 on the rulebook. Then the current active player logs determined in their notes. Return to the game. All right. So we are going to end here after we do this. We're going to add the damage marker to a section of the ship. We'll put the damage token up there. We're going to add determined to our notes. That was technically Snake Eye's turn. So we'll put determined under Snake Eyes. And then it says more rules on damage on page 6 and 7 of the rule book. Let's check that out before we conclude for tonight. Damage, the USS Flagg. All right. The USS Flagg functions as the base of operations for the Joes during the campaign. With its all special, okay, transport. Okay, if the USS Flagg is sent on a mission that ends in failure, the USS Flagg always receives 1 damage token. So while it can be tempting to use, it may be better saved for crucial moments. The USS Flagg also has, wait, hold on. The USS Flagg is a sea transport that can carry up to 5 Joes on a mission. This capacity is reduced by 1 for each damage token on the USS Flagg. Similar to the Vamp, it is never discarded from play after a mission is complete. Okay, the USS Flagg has the ability to take advantage of multiple transports at the same time, then provide them to the Joes for individual use. From now on, transports follow this 3-step path during the game: flight deck, hangar, and discard pile. Anytime a new transport is gained or played from a player's hand, is it attached to USS Flagg instead of the hangar, then the USS Flagg is used as a transport when it's used. All text abilities on transport attached to it are activated. When the mission is complete, those transports are moved directly to the hangar. Okay. So when we use the USS Flagg, any ships on it can use its abilities, and then after that mission is complete, those vehicles go to the hangar. Transports moved from the USS Flagg are now used by Joes on missions in the normal fashion. Then they are moved to the active player's discard pile as usual. Transports in the discard pile will eventually be shuffled back into the player's deck and drawn into the player's hand. When transports which were in the discard pile are played from the player's hand, they return to the USS Flagg, beginning the cycle again. So basically, they go to the flight deck. We use the ship. All the vehicles on the flight deck go to the hangar. We can use their abilities, and so and so on. Then the hangar, it goes just like the regular game. When USS Flagg receives damage from any source, choose a section of the flag to damage and place the token onto that section. And again, we got the catapult, deck elevation, control tower, deck elevator, control tower, flight deck, and weapons. And each section has an upgrade. We haven't discovered that yet. If that section is damaged, so if we had an upgrade in the front, we wouldn't be able to use it. If it has 5 tokens on it and receives damage, we have to move the threat meter up 1 space, which we have to move the threat meter up 1 space according to the rules that it just mentioned. So it's, oh, that's not the threat meter. That's the exploding perk. The threat meter up 1 space. So we're right here. Repair. Whenever you receive this symbol, the USS Flagg can repair 1 damage. When it receives that repair symbol, remove 1 token from the section of your choice. All right, so that's how the USS Flagg and repair works. We got top secret. We've got our damage that we took from losing the mission. That mission. Oh, you know what? I didn't even pull the complication. Disrupt the drone strike. At the end of your next turn, the current story mission, discard the current story mission and discard this card. So we'll give this to Recon and Stealth. I think we'll give this to Snake Eyes. So at the end of his next mission, he has to do that. Recon and Stealth. Yeah, at the end of his next mission, because we haven't pulled Snake Eyes yet. So defeat the air fortress is going to go under our fail pile. We know that our first mission of Act 2 is going to begin when we continue. So Act 2, first mission is going to be, they're trying to lose us. All right. Yeah, they're trying to lose us. So that's the next one. And we are going to take all the complications except for this one, because when you go to the second act, you shuffle your complications. So these are the complications from Act 1, Act 1 complications, and Act 2 complications. We shuffle the Act 1s and Act 2s together. And then that mission we just talked about, yeah, we failed it. It's the end of the round. That mission will just become active. Card effect and threat meter. So we'll stop at the end of the round. We'll activate that card at the beginning of the next playthrough. I'm shuffling Act 1 and Act 2. We'll put the complication there to begin. Actually, I'll do the end of round now. And then that way I know when I start, we just start with shipwreck. So we shuffled these up. We lost. Let's check the recruiting. He's going to have that. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 points. And this next mission wants tracker and recon. So for 11, I think we're going to buy both these vehicles. I don't want to waste the money. So 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. Because I know we're going to get a Cobra Battalion, and this will just let us beat it. All right, so we'll put this here. So we got 11 points. We're going to do 4. What kind of vehicle does this thing want? Airplane. Okay, so 4 for cover fire. And then we'll replace that. Let me just, I'll share what these cards are real quick. So cover fire is our first card. Defeat 1 Cobra Battalion in the lineup, 4 and 2. It's going to go on top of Snake Eyes deck. Then we're going to take 8 for the Sky Striker XP 14 Elf. That's going to go on top of his deck. And then I think we'll take, we just pulled the Skyhawk to recruit. So we'll also take the Skyhawk. That's 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. These all go on top of Snake Eyes deck. And then we pulled Rocket Launcher. Next, we'll draw his 5 cards. 2, 3, 4, 5. And we know his deck is not going to be great because of those things we got, but we did get Snake Eyes. Maybe he can get rid of that himself. Vehicles, recon. Okay. All right. So we got Snake Eyes deck ready. We got Shipwrecks deck ready. I think we've got everything set up. The end of the round, the story mission will become active because we just finished Snake Eyes' turn. Story mission becomes active. And that is, we needed to know where those snakes are retreating. We need to know. Add 2 Cobra Battalions to the lineup. Place a damage token on this mission at the end of each round. Remove 1 damage token from this mission. If you cannot, this mission immediately fails. Okay, so adding in a couple of new mechanics, which is really testing us. I like it so far, though. So 2 damage tokens go on the mission. Blam, blam. Campaign might be tougher than we thought. 2 Cobra Battalions go into the lineup. Blam and blam. Remember, if there's 5 out here and we put a 6th battalion, we lose. That's the story mission. Card effects, nothing. Threat meter, it's on yellow, so a Cobra Battalion comes out. Blam. And then it moves up 1. And now we're at the end of the round and we're ready to continue next time. All right, I know that turned into a long video, probably because I was trying too much to beat that 14, but it's all in good fun. If you stuck around this far and want to see part 2, we're definitely doing part 2, but if we want to continue the campaign, we'll definitely finish this. Give me a yojo in the comments, a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you enjoy the content. And thanks for watching. Have a great day.